Good morning. I think I got that right that time. Oh, my camera seemed to be a bit far up. It is a beautiful morning, and the sun is shining out my window. You can see the sun there. See how silver the hair is? Isn't it gorgeous? And it's a beautiful morning. Hopefully it lasts for the full day. It'd be lovely to have a beautiful sunshiny day in the middle of what's been very wet weather here. Now, we're here for our daily card reading, and it is a general card reading. It's not the type where I do little readings of individual people's questions. It's the generalised card reading, as you can tell from what's here. So if you're on the cross-posted pages, which means that this is going to two other pages at the same time, mytimetv.live and Hypnosis Plus with Rod's page. That's the other one I've done it to the two, and my group, I think, card reading group. If you're on any of those, you do need to click the link at the above, that description that's in the description, that brings you back to this page if you want me to be able to put comments up like that. So it shows that you're saying hello. Okay, so I love having that interaction. It's wonderful to see the names and where you're from. So I'll get to I'll take that scrolling bar off. That is the hypnosisplus.com.au website that I have for my bookings. So if you want to purchase a reading, that's where you do it. And when you've done that, then I get a notification and we communicate as far as what questions you want asked and etc., depending on what it is that you're actually wanting as the service. So that's why I have that there just as the intro. So I don't forget to remind people that's, I don't just sit in front of a computer doing live streams. I do actually do some work. And that's serving you with readings and things. So we'll get to something didn't look quite right in the background, but that's all right. My attention was distracted for a moment. Right, what we've got here is the 5 cards that I usually use. Hi, Kathy. How are you? It's a beautiful morning here, which I've already said. So we're going to get into the cards now and do the reading. Now, I've got it sideways to me, so it's going to take me a little bit to get used to which my directions are. It's just how the card's laid this morning, and I've got to go that way. So this is the deck that I use. It's the Sarah Marchetti's created Gilded Reverie Lenormands and the expanded edition. So that's what I use. Gorgeous cards. I've loved them for over the year now. It's been well and truly quite a long time that I've been using it. Oh, it seems like it. Good morning to you, Karen. How are you? And we've got, can you see my post? Just wondering. No. Were you over on the My Time TV page or the Hypnosis Plus? That could have been why. I have got that in the background, but I don't monitor it as I'm doing the live. Little cold this morning. It is cold, but it's beautiful sunshine. It is a lovely sunshine here at the moment. Whoops. And what we usually get with that beautiful sunshine too is, I can see where the two of you have actually been over on the My Time page. So thank you for popping over and connecting that link. So here we go. Haven't seen the rainbow card. It's very pretty. No, and there are actually a lot of cards in this deck. There's quite a few that actually have a rainbow in them. The child has a rainbow, the tree has a rainbow, the rider, which we'll see in a minute in a little more detail. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. There are some others, but I can't quite remember which. They're beautiful cards, pure and simple. I love them. So what we have here is the 5-card spread. And because it's sideways, it's hard for me to get my angle right. So here at the first one, that's the first position, is Moon in our work energies. We've got, mice, the mice in our home energies. Up here, we do have the Rider in the unexpected energy card. We've got the House in our role, that card. And in the centre, we've got the birds. And in this instance, it's the second card in that expanded deck. So the birds is ours in the outcome. Excuse me, just had a frog in the throat. we've got the moon in that work energy. So it's a little bit of time for reflecting in this instance. I know that yesterday, see, this is where I don't look back on the previous days specifically. I do go from my memory, and that's not always the most reliable, but I know we've had moon recently, was in a different position, and I'm pretty sure we had work or something as far as very recently, as in the work, it was the scythe. So we've got the moon now, very similar. Actually, with the scythe, you've got that curve of the scythe itself, the tool. Here we've got the moon in the opposite direction, but it's being that reflective of what the sun is. But you see how it's got the cycles there in its own little orb that it's actually holding. So it's actually going through its due process of the cycles, and it feels to me like there are some things we need to reflect back on in what we've been doing in our workspace, but also allowing that to guide us to the next part of that cycle. So, and all the mechanisms that are part of what is nature and all that is, because as you can see and feel in this, even though it's night sky, we know that that sky progresses out and out and out and out and out and out and out throughout the universe and cosmos. So it's really looking at a bit more of that bigger picture too. So as we move over into our home energy, here we've got the huge expanse of what is possible in our workspace, and now we've got what we might be missing in our home energies. I like this card, and yet I know from when I first read the guidebook, it's about stealing and thieving and things in the background being taken from you and stuff. That's the guidebook method. To me, what it is, it's about the abundance of the resources here that are available for these little mice to be able to come in out of the cold into the warm of a home and nourish themselves with what is in our larders, what is in our pantries, what is in, what's available. There are times we are a bit careless about how we leave our food and our resources out and around without any due care of, the possibility of people stealing things, I suppose, in some respects, or nibbling away at things that it brings them into their own danger, which could be the warning here. It could be that you have so much abundance that you're just not having a care in the world, and not even realizing that what you're nibbling through is going to create that little bit of danger for you. So it could be that someone around you is giving that sort of feeling in your life. Because this card, the home card, really for me does mean a little bit more about relationships as well in more detail, because that's the closest relationships that we actually do create for ourselves, isn't it? Is our home base and what we experience in that arena of home, feeling our comfort zone and all of that, feeling comfortable with those and intimate with those, etc. So, good morning to you too, Sonia. Keeping very well, actually. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time to be alive, honestly. And good morning, Shaz. Hi, Sharon. So you're up and out, probably, you're probably still in your jammies. Such a beautiful, relaxed morning. What is it? It's a Tuesday. Gorgeous morning, even though you work, I know. You'll have clients. What we've got here is the rider. The rider is that first step on the journey, and look at what the journey is going to entail. It's that rainbow. We are going to have some form of a message drop into our day that can show us what the rainbow is for us too. Oh, wow. Good morning to you too, Diane. I just saw your little comment coming up. That's wonderful too. Thank you. And you are here. So I'm assuming maybe you were on the other page, the My Time, and I can see that Geordie's watching on the mytimetv.live, and Margaret, hi Mum, is over there on the mytimetv.live. Look, with any of these cross-posted pages, it does not mean you have to come back to the source page. Just enjoy watching where you are, but be aware that any of the comments that you are making on those pages, either the Hypnosis Plus or the My Time TV one, that I can't see them whilst I'm actually broadcasting. So that's why here this can come up as a hello, I can see what you're saying, and so can everybody else, and it's part of the recording. And you're trying out your new pair of PJs. Are they comfortable, Shaz? And it gives that beautiful, oh, look, I love it, feeling like I'm actually talking with friends and close friends at that, because I've become, I've gotten used to seeing some of these names that you have, like Kathy's and Diane's, Sharon's, of course, and Karen, now you've been viewing for a while. It just feels like it's building up that little family feel. And that's why with this one, here's me playing with the pencil there. You know, as far as the home space with the mice and the rest, it's building up relationships and families and having all the interactions that are different with everybody. And here we have the rider bringing in that new message through the day and the new beginnings, the new possibilities, especially the rainbow. Because, Karen, you'd mentioned we haven't had the rainbow card haven't had a rainbow on a card for a while. And look at what we've got here, even whoops, I'm wobbling this camera. It's a bit hard I need a different stand. But anyway, we've got the house in your role as far as what that energy is today. And I'm looking at this. Hi, Sonia, how are you? Oh, I've said that, haven't I? We had you earlier up, but here we are. It's the 100%. Whoops. And here's me with the buttons going doodah. 100% agree. Yeah, it's like family. It's awesome. And it is. The technology that we've got that enables this when we're in isolation to still be able to actually connect with other people and feel like it is family, because it is. So, and my dogs are out there barking because someone's out on the roadside walking their dogs. So they're going to make a bit of noise. And hi, Margaret, to you as well. Yes, morning. So you be Australia, New Zealand, is that? This side of the world? Oh, dear. It's just so much fun seeing even where people are from. I know that there are people from Canada pop in, US sometimes, on occasion UK, but I know they're asleep, mostly, I think. Anyway, we've got the house, and this just makes me feel so warm and cuddly, because today just feels like one of those days, a warm and cuddly and welcoming. So it's having that attitude, having that perspective of being welcoming, hospitable, welcoming, providing a comfortable space for whatever it is that you're doing today, whether it be in that, whoops, I went the wrong direction, in that work mode or in the home, because I do both. So you're in Canberra. Oh, that'd be cold too. Yes, my best friend from school days used to live in Canberra for many, many years. So I'd get the chatter about it being freezing, and it would be in the mornings. So bring that home feel into this space, your space. We are creating our own pathway in our lives, and it is our space that we're most concerned about. And it doesn't mean that we have to be taking that space from others. It's just creating with like fitting a jigsaw puzzle together, I suppose. We each have our space and place. And this is what the owls are telling me this morning. It's really being, because my mantra for what life is really is being the best person that it can be. Because we are all different and independent and individual people in this space we call Earth, in this lifetime that we are currently living in. We are doing that creation each and every breath we take, really. Now, Karen, I love that. Yeah, feel at home with the dogs barking. Oh, yeah. Sometimes they can go on and on and on, which is a little bit, can be annoying. Now, Margaret, just to make a quick explanation, that this first, this daily live stream that I do where I'm reading the 5-card spread, or I might choose to change the spread at some point, but where I'm reading the daily spread, it is just a general reading for everyone for the day. So it's not the individual card pulls for people asking questions, although it's lovely that you've asked, but you missed the start where I explained that. So when you're actually looking at these cards, do have a look at this. So if you're looking at these cards now, you're trying to work something out but need a bit of guidance, you'd actually ask that inner question yourself, of yourself, as you're looking at these cards, and think in the space of whether, and instead of taking each of these cards as the general spread itself would give you, as I read it for everybody, take it that each card is answering your question, and find that wisdom that you get as your intuitive, gut feeling about what the card's saying to actually answer that question for you. So that's how I would read this set if it's, as you're looking at these cards. Because one of the things I really like to be able to do is help people to be able to know for themselves how to read the cards. And yes, sometimes it really is good. I don't want to do myself out of business. Sometimes it does need to have an extra helping hand by having a reading from someone else that's more detailed, that's practiced, knows it, gets the messages as different from you, because that then gels and confirms your own instinctive what is it for you, confirms, clarifies all of that. So it's very cold. Yeah, great, thank you. Look, with anything, there's no need to be sorry about picking up, asking a question in what sometimes we do have these shows where we do the single card readings. But they are, today it is Tuesday's Intuitive Chat with Leanne and Roz, where we sometimes do that type of card question pull thing. But that's at 10:30. It's not now, okay? So you might want to pop back at 10:30, as Adelaide time, just to make sure that people understood that. So, yeah, that's why we have these interactive comments being able to be shown on screen, is to, nothing wrong with asking questions, nothing wrong with putting down your comments and all the rest, because it's what makes it a chat. It brings, I just love it because it just brings it to life, doesn't it? Instead of me just ranting on single-minded about what I need to be saying, it just brings it to life. Because we're individuals, and this is what this wisdom from the owls this morning is in this outcome card. It is using that inner wisdom, like just explaining to Margaret, using your own inner wisdom, and that's what the outcome is. It is using your own inner wisdom. We've got the moon being that card that we need to be spending our time at moments through our day around our work, whatever it is that's involving us for our work, how we're earning our living and setting up our livelihoods, to be able to, look into that with that reflective mode of knowing that what we're doing is creating that situation where we have abundance in our own home. Who wants to go without food? We are doing our work so that we can support ourselves in our living. And we will get those messages and around what we need to be doing. We need to be listening to ourselves in our own heart center to receive those messages and guidance as we're moving into our day, through our day, because that's what the rider is about. It's messages being brought forward, and it will lead to our, having that further path, walk on our journey into what is, and we've got the home here to create that warm, cuddly, hospitable feeling around, our whole day, where we are in our present moments throughout our day, that we are inviting and friendly and, welcoming. So that's what I feel that the hours are telling us today in this one, and you will come to your own wisdom around this. That's what the outcome is. Look to your own guidance and wisdom too. Don't discount that. Don't ever discount that. So, because we are in our own senses, we are the wisest for our own guidance and connecting. Oh, and I better. Hi Scott, how are you from the US? There we go. See, I knew we had the US connection regularly. So rather than talking to the cards, and the dogs have a dog or something going past again. Oh, I think that's kids walking to school. So what we've got there is our guidance for the day, and the best person, our own connection with what is our spirituality. So I'm not a believer in religion. even though I was brought up as a Methodist initially and then into Uniting Church, I will not discount that either as what many people do follow and do need for part of their support system and guidance as they live their lives. I still have what I have as my own beliefs around that. But really, the ultimate analysis, I feel, the ultimate understanding is yourself and how you connect with your own spirituality, how you want to understand that, and being flexible enough to actually know that change, and sometimes it's the change of our belief systems and the change of what we see and what's happening around us, that we need to be more fluid in how we understand what is happening all the time. Otherwise, we crash. And I think we're being called to be as strong as we can and be the best person that you can be in all that is our present moments. So I'm going to leave it at that rather than get into sort of a preaching mode. I had a very good teacher. I don't want to do that. Although, yeah, love my dad. He's in heaven too, or whatever you want to believe. He is at home on the other side, whatever that means for you, and etc. There's many who are there that we know and love who are available for our guidance. We just need to ask. I'm going to leave it there. So thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. as well. I'd love to see you here then. Do have the Tuesdays Intuitive Chat with Leanne and Roz. That's on at 10:30 on the mytimetv.live channel. That is the source one for there. So we'll be there 10:30. And, well, we've got the Lifestyle Psychic Wellness Expo too this coming Sunday, which is another thing that I'm involved in, and that's going to be fun. So if anyone's interested in having a stall or sponsoring us, let me know. I must go. Leave you to your day. Have a wonderful day, and namaste till later. I won't say which time. There's a few to choose from. Bye for now.